think of leaders, it's imperative that leaders tend to have a holistic approach to how they tackle the VUCA environment. One thing is to recognize there is tremendous amount of change around us. The other element is to look at how you could address all of that change.
The yoga sessions that we had an excellent person to guide us through the whole stuff. Even though I was not a regular in terms of doing the yoga, enjoyed every moment of it. At the end of each day, I started feeling my body becoming weightless.
There was a lot of learnings in terms of it is not just about taking care of your health, but it's a deliberate approach to the whole thing. It's about taking care of your health from a strength, flexibility, endurance, balance and breathing all coupled together to be the agile leader that you want to be into the future. And through this, how do you build a voice that can get your inner ambitions out? How do you take care of your presence and your personality that defines your character?
I learned very important lessons about how to come from doing, managing, to coaching and leading, which is important and essential. I learned a lot about the styles of management. What's the right style I should treat the other employees, the people, my peers and my management. I understand the default mood of management I have and what's the ideal mood that I should get into so I can tackle and get up in my management skills. One of the important aspects I've learned here is the critical thinking. We have it, of course, but we learn some techniques to be used in critical thinking so we can help our team member to identify and put their goals and mission.
The phenomenal takeaway for participants have been in the understanding of behavioral styles, because it helps them to relate to their managers now even better and to their team members, and coupling that with the cultural perspective helps them open up the possibilities to leveraging these differences, sequencing those differences so that they're able to maximize their collective result.
It has got a significant impact. The way I felt like a child, attempted something what I've not, unexplored areas I've attempted. The way I attempted dancing, the way I attempted, acting as a fool, the way I acted like a prince, and as a frustrated guy. Each one, it kindled a lot of thoughts. The learnings are not going to just be there today. I have to keep thinking, looking back, so that I'll be in a position to get much better and greater values out of this.
Now, it's not necessarily just about the rational part of leadership. What is important is to understand the emotional aspects of leadership. And when you think about it from the emotional aspects, what we need to be cognizant of is the fact that psychology plays a part. It does not matter whether you can solve a problem if you cannot solve for people. And therefore, psychology, understanding what drives people, how to get the best out of the people we serve and lead, as also importantly understand the psychology behind how people behave. How do we rationalize what are the irrational behaviors that we sometimes see? Those are some elements that helps leaders operate at a higher level. That heightened level of awareness gives them better choices, which informs their actions, and through their consistent actions they develop habits that transform their results.
It was family behavior, sharing knowledge between people, between colleagues, between the team. It's a part of change. I felt after the training and the workshop, Majid before the workshop is different than after the workshop. The most important thing I have, starting from the day one until the end of the day, I have written my agenda, an action agenda, to change my behavior, my skills, my management skills, my way to dealing with things. It triggers a lot of things in my mind.
The ability to go ahead and build power to be of service. The ability to go ahead and engage in what we call constructive politics, not manipulative politics. And when we think about different sources of power and different ways to be of service, it's amazing to see how leaders transform in their way of thinking, in their way of planning, in their elevation of their planning, and to go ahead and look at a more holistic plan for them to move forward closer and faster towards their goals.
Some of these practices I want to introspect, my current behavior on my management styles or team dysfunctions and so on, and put into use so that I'm able to increase my potential and purpose. At the same time, habits die hard, so it should be a constant and conscious practice that it will take to do it.
The very important learning that I've got from here is understanding the purpose of my journey, which I've never thought of. It was like machine, running around without clarity about the purpose. So probably that is one very significant learning, and I'm sure when the purpose is understood and the passion is taking you to there, probably we can be more, rather than successful, more satisfied and fulfilled.
Success of the program is about the participation that we had, the comradeship that we built over a period of time, and very quickly people became very comfortable in becoming vulnerable.
When I was facilitating the archetype session, I was actually thinking how people from different cultures, different age groups going to react to these kinds of things that I'm making them do through the acts and things like that. But there was a lot of learning, not only for the leaders, but for me as an individual. Every time we facilitate these kinds of sessions, it's only making us move away from ignorance, I would say.
The particular thing I want to talk about this session is I have a gift box from Venkat and Priya, where I have at least 50-60 points about myself, my introspections, that I'm definitely going to read throughout my life. I think it might help me whenever I'm lost. It will bring me back to the purpose.
Whatever you are listening or watching in YouTube is not enough. You need to sit with the experts to know more understanding about the technicality and also the tools making your life much easier and achieving in a more efficient way with your team.
I think if you want to look at one program which is going to make a transformation for you and giving you a complete change in paradigm shift, I would definitely recommend this program.